informal way, and if you need to stop me, please stop me. You have some equation pleasure. There's too much to know in a short time. So what I'm going to try and do is just get basic principles across. There's more information on the web. There's other ways of getting going. You can get a supervised version of this where I'll help you. The choices are yours, but I'm trying to just give you some overview. Okay? And my main goal is not to say to people in this room, oh, I'll drop your weight for you, I'll lose. I'm trying to make people healthier. That's my job. And if I make anybody healthy, if the whole room, one person gets unhealthy out of this room, I'll have achieved my time in Sydney. Okay? Okay. So these are our 6 simple rules that I promised you. If you follow these 6 simple rules, you will be healthier. You will avoid quite a lot of other problems and probably diabetes, cancer, various other things may take longer to get you than it would if you hadn't done it. No one is perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've got the 6 rules. I just want you to be able to understand them, and I'll go through them one by one as quick as I can. We need to reduce sugars. Everybody knows we've got to reduce sugars. Hardly anybody does it. Okay? I'll explain to you why. I'll go through them one by one, and let's start with the first thing. The first thing I have to teach you before we start is a sniff test. Okay? So we have to know, I have to impart into you the knowledge to perform the sniff test. Because we are surrounded by bullshit upon bullshit from everybody, medical industry, food, drugs, everybody, and the government, world government, they all feed us crap. Okay? And the reason they feed us crap is they have the best intentions, some of them, and they get lost. They want to make money, or they're trying their best. I mean, this crap's got fluoride in the water. I mean, go figure, okay? They did it in the best intentions. So what I want to know is, WWMAD, yes or no, okay? What would my ancestors do? Okay? And by that I'm going back quickly 100,000 years. Sit tight. Humans. Humans have been around for a long time. We departed from our family members, our close family members, chimps and bonobos. We departed from them somewhere around about 6,000 years ago. Humans are adapted to do certain things. So what I'm going to say to you, I'm going to say to you, here we are. This is our plan, this is what I want to do. If you are approached by somebody who's selling you canola oil, soybean soup, all you got to do is say, would my ancestors have done this? If you want to use your grandmother as an ancestor, be my guest. But the truth of the matter is your grandmother and somebody 100,000 years ago were identical, except they had slightly different clothes. So, upright man abandons the trees, we give up the trees, and we change our foot from a grasping foot to a running foot. We are ultimately adapted to be runners, humans born to run. That's what we do. Okay? We can survive the longest dehydration any creature on the planet. We can run in heat a long time. That's what we're made for. So the ladies that drive around with their BMs with a bottle of water in their hand, evolution says you're wasting your time. Truly, you could drink tomorrow, it would be fine. Okay. We become a hunter, and all of a sudden, 1.6 million odd years ago, our brains get bigger, a lot bigger. How do they get bigger? We've got meat. We had the access to meat because we're hunters, we got bigger brains, and we became smarter, and we are the weakest animal on the planet. Are we not? Certainly in Africa, we wouldn't last long, but we've got this, and that helps us. So, I'll give you a quick conclusion. Carbs were scarce. Sugars were scarce. There were no beans, cereals, legumes. Why were there no beans? Have any of you in this room ever eaten beans raw? If you do, phone me back. Works better than any diarrhea tablet you can ever have to ever. It'll reduce constipation instantly. We didn't have fire, we couldn't have those things. We don't know how to do it. We needed fat to survive, And very importantly, we ate seldom, but when we ate well. Okay? This is not auguring well for the people who like to snack. We adapted not to eat regularly. Humans are adapted. We adapted to be very dehydrated, and we adapted to eat occasionally. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 6 rules, which I hope to impart upon you, and I want to go through them one by one and apply the sniff test to them. Okay? What's the sniff test? Simple. What would my ancestors do? Okay? So what we've got here is a dog do about to be stood on, and there's a reason why I'm doing it. That piece of poo there is a coprolite. Coprolite is a preserved piece of stool. And believe it or not, there's scientists out there that study preserved pieces of stool. They spend their whole lives. I don't know if they study, but they certainly do something. Okay? So what I mean, why am I interested in the coprolites? Because coprolites, human coprolites, from 50,000 years, there's lots of them. There's 50,000 is a big treasure trove over there in Europe, and there's a lot of them for anybody who's in America, early American Indians. And if you look at those coprolites and you dissect them, they've got the leavings of meat, seeds, and veggies. There's no fruit, sugars, carbs. There's a bit of fruit, but there's no carbs, there's no sugars. Okay? So we ate meat. So, my question comes, do we need carbs? And if you want to have an argument with any of the dietitians in this town, tell them you don't need carbs. And instantly you'll be strapped to a chair and they'll be sending you for psychiatry. There is somehow in the medicine, the world of medicine, the world of dietitians, nutritionists, there's a belief that humans need carbs. Absolute crap. We don't need carbs to survive, and the reason is very important, is you don't need to eat sugars. So you'll get type 2 diabetics, people that are taking insulin and stuff, that are constantly eating carbs. It's recommended to them by the nutritionists, by dietitians, and the doctors, because they have to have carbs. Absolute rubbish. Human beings run on fat, ketones. We run on fat, and we run well on fat. Let me see something. When I wake up in the morning and I have a bowl of oats, my brain goes soft. When I wake up in the morning and I don't eat, my brain's sharp as a razor, because it's running on what it's meant to. You know these people with these fancy BMs? It says at the back they're diesel, don't put petrol in. And I'm telling you, your body doesn't need this stuff. Okay? So, honey's healthy. Who says honey's healthy? Okay, no, chicken. Okay, honey. Honey and sugar are the same thing. Okay? A lot of people say, I'm having honey in my tea because it makes you feel better and having sugar. It's the same stuff. Honey and sugar are so similar, they're almost absolutely almost identical chemically. The only good place for honey is in the drain, and let's assume you're not worried about your drains. Okay? Honey or sugar? Okay? Honey is a poison, sugar is a poison. We are not built to eat sugars. We force ourselves to eat sugars, and we learn to eat sugars from young because the human is built to seek sugars. Why are we built to seek sugars? It's wired into our chemistry. The reason it's wired into our chemistry is because it was so scarce back in our ancestors' days. Whenever there was honey around, we would go and look for it. If we found a little bit of sugar, we would go for it. I don't know if anybody's ever seen pictures of ancient fruit. The most exciting one of all is the banana. The ancient banana was like a pencil. A thin little pencil that if you squeezed it open up, it would give you a little bit of banana. We've turned it with genetic engineering into this type of a thing. Okay? So, we are hardwired for sugar. And people, a lot of us are addicted to sugar. There's even a study where they took these PET scans they do, and if you give a patient who's addicted to heroin, a drug that dampens their addiction, it works in exactly the same place as a sugar addiction works for a person who's addicted to sugar. So you've got somebody who's addicted to sugar and they walk into the sugar bowl, give them a bit of this naloxone that it's called, and the craving goes away. It's hardwired deep into our system. It's important to know because of what we have to fight. Okay. Alright, I thought I'd tell you why 5-2 kills. You know my effort said 5-2 kills. It actually doesn't kill. It just makes you age quicker. Not serious. Okay? How do you age quicker? There's 2 ways to age quicker, guaranteed. Eat sugar and sweet stuff and sit on your bums. That's it. It's a recipe for aging. You want to get old quickly? That's the way to do it. Okay. So the 5-2 diet, which doesn't kill, teaches you to eat crazy on days when you're not dieting. And on those days when you're eating crazy, you're aging fast, you're damaging your system. What's the point? Okay. Oops, one more. Alright. Who's going to answer this one for me? I'm not taking your point. Yes, you passed. Anybody else? Breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. They told me that in medical school. The most important meal of the day is breakfast. Okay, bullshit. Absolute rubbish. It's a Kellogg's slogan that we have been taught. It's been fed to us so carefully by the marketing machine that we believe it. Okay? Why is it not the most important meal of the day? Because let's go and apply our sniff test. Okay? So all of you just close your eyes for a minute. Imagine you're this caveman and you wake up one morning, all the joys in the world.
And the mammoth is right there cooking up the spit.
Wherever he is, yeah. Or maybe you just go out to check it quickly and get yourself something to eat in the refrigerator. So just check 1, 2. Check this. Woolworths. Okay? So put your mind to it. When someone says to breakfast is the most important meal of the day, it's rubbish. Because we were not meant to wake up and start eating. We were meant to wake up and start eating and hunting, finding food. And some days you'd be walking out in the bush there with your family, looking, and you wouldn't find anything. And no one would die. We have to have a little bottle of mineral water on the side. We lie down in the grass and sleep the night, and the next morning, off we go again. Why? Because we're burning fat. We're built to burn fat. Okay. So this is nonsense. And let's get to the third one. Exercise. Okay, so I've told you you've got to exercise. Why did I tell you to exercise? This is really interesting. I found this one of the most interesting things I've ever learned. Okay? They take the New York City Marathon, all the people that have entered in all over the 100 odd years that it's been running. And if you start the New York City Marathon at the age of 19, every year, 19, 20, 21, you get faster. You reach your peak at 28, on average. Haile Selassie, all the big boys, they get 28, 29, that's their time. Okay? Then you start going downhill. Life does it to us, you know that. It's downhill. Okay? When do you run the same speed at 9 as you did at 19? In other words, if you're fastest as you can be at 28 and you go slower every year, how many years is it going to take you before you're the same slow speed you were at 19? Guess. Give me a number.
40.
40. Okay? 40. That's a long time, eh? It took me 9, 10 years to get fast. Now, 40 years. Okay? Any guesses? I'll spare you. Isn't that interesting? That is really, really, really interesting. Why is it interesting? Because it tells you that we used to run with a pack. And the old people had to keep up. Because they don't keep up, they wouldn't be old people anymore. They'd be dead people. And then the race would die out. But they didn't die. And the truth of the matter is, 64, on average you lose about a second a kilometer per year, give or take. It's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay? So when you get all these people that are old, on 49, 59, 40, it's rubbish. If they had been there in the time of our ancestors, they'd have kept up or they'd have shipped out. Very interesting. And that gives
Did
me.
they live to those ages though?
They lived older than us. They were bigger than us and they were older than us. Very good question. Everybody says, oh, the peak of human as far as we know. Perfect physical specimen. Excluding some of the Australian surfers. The perfect physical specimen was American Plains Indian. American Plains Indian was 10,000 years. They came across the Bering Strait. They came all the way around from Africa and around, and eventually Europeans. And they had the tallest, strongest, fastest men and women in history of ice climbing. And now we're smaller. We're all smaller than we used to be. Okay. Remember this, people, I'm telling you, I'm not saying go out around, but get off your bikes. You don't stop running because you can. Okay, please. Okay. So that's our last, quickly about exercise. It's important. I don't want to take too much time on exercise. You see the old fart there? You know what he's doing? He's grimacing because it's sore. Okay? I have a fundamental problem with people who go to gyms and walk on treadmills. I don't know about your gyms, but in the world, the most popular device in the gym is a treadmill. Now, our gyms in South Africa, they have stands for popcorn. Because when they walk on the treadmill and they chat to their friends or wave around, and mine doesn't have popcorn because they just as well like movies. They're watching stuff on their iPhones and they do. No one is suffering. Okay? And I'm telling you, man to me, it's better to walk slowly than not to walk. But if you're going to go into any exercise, make it count. Otherwise you're almost wasting your time. I can't go so far as to say you are, but you're almost wasting your time. And the truth of the matter is, there's not a single person in this room who shouldn't be doing some form of weights. Intense exercise to move against weight. No one in this room that should. If you want to get older, new weights, go and walk on the treadmill, talk to your buddies. The fastest way to slow down your aging process, besides eating, stopping eating sugars, is to do a little bit of hard exercise. And truly, guys, my sons, some of you, we go to the gym once a week, and we do a heavy intensity exercise that we in the gym, warmed up, and out in 20 minutes. And it's enough. I'd rather spend an hour watching movies than standing on the treadmill and walking, because you're wasting your time. Get on the treadmill, warm up, go hard, catch your breath. Go hard, catch your breath. Go hard, catch your breath. Okay. All right. Sleep. It's a big problem. I've got youngsters in this room that I know personally that sleep 3-4 hours, and they mess around. It is the single worst thing you can do for your health, not sleep. Diabetes, they find people who don't sleep properly become diabetic. Your whole sugar status changes if you don't sleep properly. And I know who here suffers from sleep problems. No one. That's wonderful. Everybody does. Certainly a lot of female patients suffer from it. They suffer from sleep problems. They can't get to sleep. Can you sleep last? Like a lot of people can't. They can't sleep. And health and safety is important to sleep. It's really, really important we get sleep. And we need 7 hours or 8 hours. And we need to sleep at night. Because if we go back to our ancestors, do you think they slept in the day? Because if you're walking around at night, someone's going to make you breakfast. You are going to be breakfast. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So what our people used to do is they used to get in the dark and hide and sleep. And humans are different from apes. You know when it comes to sleeping, just an interesting point. You know how humans are different from apes when it comes to sleeping? Apes almost never sleep in the same place. They don't have a place. Humans always make a place. They come back, that's where they sleep. Always been like that. And it's always been, as it goes dark, we finish, get into bed, shut up, wait till the morning. So, if you battle to sleep, it's a problem. It's going to affect you in many, many ways. Many, many ways. Some over-emotional, aggro, can't think properly, and I'll give you some examples of how to improve. A very important thing is to get some bright sunlight. Obviously in winter it's not easy, but as soon as summer's out, get some bright sunlight if you can, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Obviously you need to do some exercise, and stop all the electronic stuff before. Don't lie in bed and watch videos, movies, text. Do that outside the bedroom. When you get into the bedroom is the place to go to sleep. It's not the place to entertain yourself. Your brain has to warm down. Okay? Sleep in the dark and don't sleep hot. If you're warm, if you're too warm, don't sleep too long. I'm prepared to give you more advice if you need. And now we get to the number 6, very, very important. Stand up. We spend too much time sitting on our asses. It's what we do. It's a big problem. And there's this lady, Joan Vernicos, she's a really amazing woman. She was head of research for NASA. And it's a really interesting story. And what she did was, she used to study the astronauts and ergonomics related to the living conditions of the astronauts. She was a very, very smart lady. And what she noticed was astronauts got old quickly. And she used to say to her, I'm telling you, these guys are getting old. They're going overseas, they're going in space, they're coming back getting old. And they worked it out, studied it, and on average, an astronaut ages 10 times faster than his counterpart on Earth. That's because of gravity. Okay? So Joan Vernicos said, okay, whoa, astronauts are aging. She carried on her life. She knew she proved it. She was very friendly with a guy by the name of John Glenn, who was the oldest astronaut ever in the world, 77 went up. Okay? And her next door neighbor got sick. The next door neighbor got sick. She was Greek, so there were 2 Greek people. And she went to the hospital to treat it. And the next door neighbor would not get out of bed. Refused to stand. And over the time, Joan worked out that weightlessness of the astronauts and people who are lying in bed and people who are sitting on their asses are very similar. So guess what? When you're lying or sitting for long periods of time, you become an astronaut in certain ways because you're not, the gravity is not being exerted upon your body and upon your bones. Okay? And there's been studies, a recent study, sitting is a health risk even for people who exercise regularly. I'll give you an example. Get out of me, I'm a gym guy, so I'm in the gym every couple of days. So I spend my whole day in front of my computer. Who sits in front of computers? Everybody. What else can you do? So we sit in front of the computer the whole day. If you don't have a computer, it's a TV screen watching stuff. You sit in front of your machine the whole day. When you stand up, for me it's called nature. So I've got a week and I stand. Otherwise I don't move. I don't want to break my concentration. Okay? So I sit the whole day. So let's take a day, 6 or 7 hours. I sit similar to lots of people on my butt. I maybe go really once or twice and get a coffee. I go to the gym and I work out flat out 30 minutes. So I believe that I've done the right thing. Science tells me that that exercise at the end of the day is not enough to make up for the 6 or 7 hours that we've done. Okay? Heaven forbid you don't go for it, it's even worse. So what I'm asking you to do, and I'm giving you advice. When you're sitting, stand up every 20 or 30 minutes. You don't have to run around. You don't have to do exercises. Just stand up. That effort of standing up and sit down again. Carry on. See how hard it is. And if you want to make it a bit harder, you can stand up and sit down really slowly. That's it. While you're sitting. See how hard it is. It'll make a massive difference to your health. Okay. So we've been through our principles. We understand. Do we understand how to apply it? Is canola oil good for you? Who puts canola in their food? Is soy good for you? Well, why is soy not good for you? Lots of people eat soy. It's a health food. Just apply the test. Did your ancestors eat soy? Guess what? No, it didn't. Let's try it again. Oils. You know they give us this whole story about the vegetable oils. Good for you. Great. Did we used to use vegetable oils? No. We ate natural fat, animal fats, lard, butter. Okay. Yep.
Freaking us out.
You think about that. It's the same thing with this cholesterol nonsense. Everybody wants to put us on a cholesterol plate. I've got a patient or two in Joburg who take their cholesterol pill. The one lady, she puts a cholesterol pill under her tongue, and her husband watches her, and then it's like one shot of the cuckoo's nest, and she's considered that. She won't eat it. But the husband believes that I'm going to kill her if she doesn't take a cholesterol pill. They made this whole cholesterol thing up. They made it up so they can make money. That's what they do. Billions and billions and billions of dollars worldwide. They made it up. Some people's cholesterol is out. Stop the sugars, the cholesterol will come out. Okay. So let's come back to the food if we can. Any questions for that section? Everybody's still alive?